Right, now in the previous video actually what we did is that we used one multiplier for 3 filters. So this one we will actually just follow up directly, and what we will do is we will just push as many of those first order filters through one multiplier as we possibly can. And what we're going to do first is we're going to just create a procedure called cascade filters, and this will have signal filter n, that is in out a filter record, and this will have also n1. And what we will do is we will take this one here and just do this. So this is gonna be filter n, filter n1, and here it's gonna be filter n, filter n, like this. Also what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually fp and name this to filter 1. Here filter 1, and here filter 1, filter 1, and then in here we are just gonna use cascade filters, filter 1 and filter 2, and then filter 2 and filter 3. Right, now if we look at the synthesis results, now this was 664 and 1, so I will have this run and again pause this recording so you can see immediately that we should have the exact same result. So welcome back immediately, and as we can see here the logic element uses 664 and we have just one multiplier. I also actually tested just how many we can throw, and it's actually quite a few. So what we will do first is we're gonna create a macro which is gonna be so that we can actually add these, and then we're just gonna add 15 of these like this. Let's add just one more. So now we have 20 filters here, and then we're gonna add another 20 filters that are created here, and put this to 20, and then we're gonna need another, so B, and then like this, and Q, and then we are gonna okay, that's a bit more than we wanted. So 16. Right, so this is better. And then we will actually put here filter 20. Now, of course, this is a completely unreasonable way to do anything, because we probably oh, we don't have filter 21. So we obviously wouldn't be using in any kind of a reasonable filtering application 20 first order filters that are cascaded. But right now we just wanted to test just how many we can in fact go ahead and push through one multiplier. Now remember that we always need 3 multiplications per filter, so right now we are like literally running 60 multiplications through one DSP core. So I will again pause this and we'll see in literally right now what the result is. And if we look at the results, we can see that at 20 first order filters we are still matching the timing. Not very, we don't have too much lag here, but we are still matching the timing, and we can actually just go ahead and program it and test that it actually works. As soon as this is ready, we can then go ahead and type in raw 2 to the power of 3, and we have failure to configure was detected. I wonder what that is. There shouldn't be any reason why this fails. I think the 15 megahertz JTAG clock speed is just close to maximum, so occasionally it doesn't work. So this time we get green. Right. And we put in 2000, and then if we log the result, we did not log it. So what we have here is still the two filter output, which is actually pretty good, because last time we had this, and this time, since we have like a ridiculously high amount of these filters in Cascade, we should get like a lot more sine wave looking waveform. It is ready. So this time we look at this, and what we have here why I can't use zoom is I don't know, but let's just constrain this to. So we can see now our filtered output. Now we can already see that there are some artifacts here that are probably caused by the numerical noise that we incur when we run the filter to 30 first order filters. But actually I saved the data, so if we plot it here, hold on, and stairs. You can just see how much higher the filtering one for the second order filter was last time. So this is the difference between, we have the same corner frequency, but we have second order and 20th order filter here. And we are still matching timing, so what we of course need to do is we need to add a whole bunch more filters here. So let's add another 10 here. Did I save this? I did. So 9 more. So now we are at filter 30, which is again fairly ridiculous. So can we go ahead and run this to 30 filters? Probably no one has asked that question, and no one ever needs to, but we will answer it right now. And by the way, we should remember that we are still running this at 1200 clock cycles, and it takes 6 clock cycles to run one filter. So right now 1200 megahertz, and it takes 6 clock cycles for one filter. So right now we are taking like 180 clock cycles, which out of the 1200 clocks that our one period is actually quite a few. So we can actually go ahead and run this like 5 times at 100 kilohertz. So again, let's see what happens. Okay, so now that we actually look at the synthesis results, we can see that we cannot match the timing with 30 first order filters. So what we will actually do in order to match timing, and this is like the, I don't know, timing matching, whatever you would call it. What we will do is we'll just create another multiplier called multiplier 2, and let's assume that since we weren't too far off, I would guess that if we put 3 of these into the multiplier 2, we should be able to make the timing requirements. So let's put this, run here, and well, I will pause again so we can immediately see what the result is. Right, it actually took a few tries, but if we look at the result here, we can match timing at 127 megahertz when we have 24 filters here run through multiplier 1, and the rest from 25 to 30 are run with multiplier 2. So in fact, how many multiplications we can push through one multiplier hardware, and the answer to that is 24 times 3, so 72. So yes, we can in fact max in 72 multiplications, and that I think is fairly awesome. This of course depends on the actual circuit that we are using, but right now at least around 70 is our magic number here. So we will then of course test it with hardware, so we'll upload this to FPGA, and after it has uploaded we test that we haven't really messed up anything. Also, if we look at the synthesis results, we can see we are now using about 3700 or slightly under 4000 logic elements, and we use 2 multipliers. And the reason why we use 2 multipliers is because we literally instantiated 2 of these, or created 2 of those multiplier objects. So we assume that our we'll actually go ahead and save the previous data so we can actually compare what our filtering looks like with second order, 20th order, and 30th order filter. So this is figure 1. And right now we're gonna go ahead and take our this and raw 2E3 and log. We have a 50-50 chance that we actually get it in this. We did actually. Yes, so that is the difference. So we have now, with the same same corner frequency of a first order filter, we have a 2 of these in cascade. Then we need to zoom in a bit. Here we have 20 of these in cascade, and then lastly we have 30 of them in cascade, and this actually I believe it does not have any variation at all, so it's always the exact same. So I would assume that that's actually basically numerical noise, at least somewhat. But by the way, if we increase the frequency here, so 5E3 and log, now we need to actually open it up. So at 5 kilohertz or 5000 as our corner frequency, or the filter gain we then get. So it actually still works, and we do get some very sine looking waves out of it, even though we are running our signal to 30 first order filters here. Yes. Okay, but anyway, this is well, already a 15-minute video, but this answers the question, how many first-order filters can we run through at 120 megahertz core clock through one multiplier? And the answer to this is 24. So 24 multiplications. If you're not scheduling or reusing your multiplication hardware, this will actually just give you at least some sort of an idea that how many you can actually push through just one hardware. So this was a quick add-on, so I hope everyone else also has a very nice day. So bye bye.